So hey everyone, it is February 13th, 2014, and it's Future Amber. So I guess I'm going to go through a rundown of what past Amber talked about, and I think the first thing she talked about was Salmagundi, and I was super excited to get accepted to that club because it's like one of the oldest fine art clubs in America. I think it's the oldest, so it was a big deal that I got accepted. I was super excited about that. And in a year's time, I have organized my own show, and I have been in 3 shows so far, going on I think 4, hopefully in March. So 4 art shows so far that my work has been in. So there's definitely progression there, and I'm really happy about that. Another thing that was addressed was the whole exercising and my hip pain at the time. Now this for me today isn't a problem. I think I mentioned that last week, and what's great about this week is that when I worked out on, I think it was Monday, I was able to run, and I haven't ran in a while. It has been a whole year since I've been a supervisor, since I've been in a leadership role in a professional setting. I've learned a lot about, managing people and, looking at the big picture, but also focusing on the little things. So I find that this past year as a supervisor, a shift manager, has been really beneficial to me. I've learned so much. This is a little sidebar, is that I did movie reviews, I did 3 of them, and I didn't do any more. And I didn't keep up with it, and I wanted to, but I just didn't get to the movies enough, and it just wasn't, I had to see the movies right away when they first come out. It wasn't happening, so it just never materialized like I wanted it to. So sorry I didn't do any more movie reviews. I mean, some people liked it, some people didn't. So I guess we'll get to the crush and the thing I talk about, how I like this guy at work, right? So this is a pivotal point for me last year, because this was the first crush that I ever had after I had broken up with my ex at the time. A few months prior, I think it was 4 or 5 months before that. And, I talk about dating all through past Amber, and I'm just oh, boys, dating, entertainment purposes only, whatever. But when I talk about my crush in this one, how I'm smitten and how I like this person, this is really a moment for me that I actually have broken away from, liking my ex, and I guess it's the point where I get over him a little bit. So I think that's a really pivotal point for me, because I was able to release myself from still liking my ex at the time and still being in love with him or whatever. But now, at this day and age, I hate looking back at that, because the person I'm talking about in the video, I hardly talk to him anymore. I don't have a crush on him. I revealed my feelings, and I was hey, I used to have a major crush on you, and now I just don't. And the person I'm with now, it's I can imagine how super hard it would be for me to digest this type of information if he was doing this project. So I can't help that's what happened in the past, but at the same time, I can't not show that type of stuff. I did take some things out just to be a little bit more sensitive to him and his feelings on this, but it's a big point for me, because this is where I started to move on. And I was able to open myself up to everyone else, and to open myself up to other options and stuff. So this, I think it's important in the timeline. I was oh wow, I actually like a different guy. I actually like someone else. So that didn't materialize, and I'm kind of glad it didn't, because the more time I spent with this person, the more I knew we just didn't click. And then that, that turned into, the person I'm with now. So this whole question that past Amber has for me is how many people have you been smitten with? And I didn't put a time frame on it back then, and I assume I'm just talking about from that period to now. So in the past year, how many people have I been smitten with? Now, the person I'm talking about in the video before, and how I'm oh, I'm so smitten, that I felt oh my goodness, I like him so much. That was, I think, a serious crush, and that was just about it. To be really smitten with someone, it's I feel there has to be an exchange, and he didn't like me like that, and it just turned into something that wasn't right. How many people have I been smitten with? Well, after that person, I got over that person, and then I realized who I really wanted to be with, and how things materialized with the person I am with now. So I have to say, there's just one person I've been smitten with. it's really indescribable. I don't know, you just come from a rough history, and then you just get this thing that is so easy, you know, and a hard love is not really love. If you have to, like, you know, if you're not happy and you're not, you know, you're not a better person, or you're just not, if it's too hard to be in that relationship, it's probably not meant to be. Love shouldn't be so harsh, you know, love should be easy, you know, it should be easy to be with that person, and they should enhance your life, and you should be happy. And I feel like sometimes that I really have a true love here with this person I am with now. And this is all great because this falls under Valentine's Day. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. It's funny because I'm single in that video in past Amber. I'm single for Valentine's Day. That was like my first Valentine's Day where I was single in a long, long time. I've usually always had a boyfriend for Valentine's Day. And I'm not going to be that person that's single and hates Valentine's Day. I've never been a person that hated Valentine's Day. I don't know why. Even my boyfriend said that it's weird that I don't like Christmas, but I love Valentine's Day. Like, I don't know, because there's love everywhere. You know, I send, last year I sent cards to my family. This year I didn't, just because, I don't know, man, I just lost track of time. I usually send them cards, but I just didn't get to it this year. I don't know why. I hope everyone has a good Valentine's Day, and I will see everyone next week, past Amber and future Amber, and I hope everyone has a good weekend. So, and anyone who's dealing with the snow and the storm, I just hope you stay safe, and everyone still has power. So that is it for future Amber this week.